Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Hey, don't run from the Lord! Where are you going?
Monsters are destroying the culture. We need the Black Nerd Podcast now. I don't care where they are, beam them here and now.
Nerds! Nerds! Nerds!
Here comes them black nerds. Sloan's on with big words. Cake slap makes us all smile. Dave's little songs every time you look wild. Veins kinda like a mastermind. While this one shows up every single time. Yeah, how was your night gonna bring the fight? Hey, this is Black Nerd Podcast, winning all the fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here.
Grand as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeet, yeet, sir. I would like to respectfully say on this monumentous religious holiday weekend, we have the combination. Amazing. What is it? Easter and WrestleMania and the
playoffs. So the NBA playoffs is actually on as well. So it's been
and 420 and 420. That's a religious
420
holiday for some people. So we've got a ton of stuff going on for y'all today. We got a great show. Kate is trying to get her audio together. We have no idea where Sloan is, but he is on the way. And of course, you know what I'm saying, our girl Jalen is doing some family stuff, but she's on the way. So it's not just gonna be
dropping
us
the kids off in a minivan.
Facts. So it won't be just us two goofballs for the show. Shout out to David the Goliath. Checking in.
David. Morning.
Hope you slept well, sir. It is definitely time for a great show.
Ain't no sleep this weekend.
I mean, not during WrestleMania. Not during WrestleMania. Nah. But what we are going to do today, we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. The Fantastic Four trailer has dropped. Oh my God. Yes, life has changed. It will never be the same. The Marvel fans are back excited. It is on and popping. The Thunderbolts final trailer has stopped. Fame and I have already got our tickets, have had our tickets for weeks now. We will be there.
Yes.
There's really nothing amazing to talk about with the Thunderbolts trailer. It's really all about Fantastic Four, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to be getting into some AI game generating. I knew something about the AI game generating, but I
haven't seen it. So you got some footage of it?
Yeah, I got some footage. I got some websites that we could go and start developing our games. So hopefully y'all can leave this show and go right into game development with zero coding. Okay. Yeah. No respect for the coding people at all. Steam apparently has a whole bunch of customizable settings that I didn't know anything about. And when I saw this video, I was like, well, I got a whole podcast. We got to talk about this. If you can customize your Steam anymore to make your gaming experience more enhanced for your personal stuff, why not? So we're going to talk about that. Let's see. Simps in nerd culture. Are nerds naturally inclined to being simps, meaning that we are naturally inclined to just, drool all over women and give them our wallets? And we'll have a discussion about that coming up soon. Neotropolis is happening this week in California. You have no idea. I have no idea what that is, but we're going to talk about it. And then 5 sites you can get money from strangers on. So if you want to find a way to just get some money, here's 5 websites that you can just sign up and people will give you money.
So we've got simping and free money on websites at the same show. I like this. We're going somewhere. We're going places this weekend.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to take it to another level. So of course, with no hesitation, let's go right into the get down. All right, Kate's back in the building.
Finally.
The audio is working.
That was annoying.
So straight off the rip, what happened to you day 1 of WrestleMania?
Oh,
what happened was.
Right. Oh, I know how to deal with this.
No, let's go into our precious.
Okay.
We'll take this after the show.
Yeah, there you go. Well, she said, "Hey, yo, yo, Kate, what is this, and how did you find this?"
This is me. So this is a Lego puzzle type shit. So definitely one of the niche things I'd be into. So not only is it Lego, but it's like a clue theme type shit. So you can move certain stuff around and get different clues. I think there's like maybe 10 little like things you can find within this puzzle. It's so cool.
What was the price of this again?
It's like $750.
I thought so. I my brain said, wait a minute.
Oh, my bad. $770, damn near.
It sounds really cool, but then my brain went back to like, wait, but didn't you just see like hundreds of dollars?
Why?
I never get to play it, and I want to.
I'm just wanting to know, why is it so expensive? Like, why is that? Does he customize it for each customer? Like, does he like create his own things, and then does he put you in the bed? Or I don't know how that happens. Like, that's pretty crazy.
Made it spicy, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Oh snap! What's up, Remy? Hey!
Happy 420, Remy.
Yo, so happy to know you're still alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Nice to see you out in these streets, these internet streets. David the Goliath, fame, though on WrestleMania 41, besides the main event, the best match.
We gonna get to it, baby. We gonna get to it, baby. Don't worry.
He's ready. He is so ready. He's like,
we gonna get to it.
All right. All right. So yeah, he's on his look. WrestleMania is coming. It's down. Let's get our segments done. All right. So the next thing is Fame's scary. Yeah.
It's only right to bring this in. So this is a custom fitted. I think the guy did it on what's those little machines? My brain is the 3D printers. This is Triple H's crown helmet that he wears. The master of the WWE universe. So I was like, well, what can I tie in today from the show that I did have on my card to get one day? And I found this guy. I found a bunch of people on Etsy that sell them for like, this one 100 too. So it's 100 flat, really dope. I just couldn't find nobody that had like the shoulder pads and the cape. I want the whole thing. If I can't find it, I'm about to get the 3D printer. I'm gonna just start making them myself and selling them because
you do not need a 3D printer. What are we talking about here? Like, yo, you do not need a 3D.
I do.
That is insane.
That
is a water bottle. That ain't water.
Oh yeah, it's filtered water.
Ooh.
It's been filtered.
It's yeet drink or whatever they call it. Yeah, right. All right. Last but certainly not least is my least nerdy thing. But when I saw this, I genuinely got excited. Well, they have an actual. So I've shown the cup, but I've never shown the book. So Indiana Jones has a diary in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade where he uses the clues from his father's diary to find the Holy Grail. So they actually have this to where you can buy the book itself. Sir, what's up?
Keep going.
Welcome back. So,
What's up? Sorry for running late.
No, you're fine. So not only can we go through the actual book of Indiana Jones's father's notes on how to find Holy Grail, you can buy the book, but you also get the Holy Grail. I can live forever.
How big that looks? That whole it's not that small. Okay, it's not that small. Unless the book is really small, then they could be tricking me.
It's the whole thing is at a reasonable price. Get the Grail.
It really is.
$47.99. I'm the only person here with something under $100 this week. So shout out to me and you expensive people. Y'all just love
Kate loves listen. Her Etsy is crazy.
Yo, that was insane. $764. I don't like puzzles that much. I've never seen a game or a puzzle that I liked enough to. I'm just going to drop about 800 fazules on it. That is disrespectful.
That was you with the Legos last time, wasn't it, Kate?
I've got a few building type things that cost some money.
The expensive Lego Eiffel Tower.
Right. That's not a purchase. That's an investment. That is a real life investment.
It's a great investment.
Absolutely. You know, it's something I can do in my spare time. It kind of helps with, you know, the mental. I don't gotta wait for somebody to do it with me. You know what I mean?
We're not gonna roast you on the show today. We are going to be nice people. We are not gonna roast you today. We are gonna let you
listen, but we don't judge.
We listen, but we
roastable. Unforgettable.
You golden brown. We can roast you up to a nice dark brown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's move into the gaming segment. I forgot to upload any of these games. Hold on, y'all gonna give me 32 seconds so that I can do this. So Fame, it seems like they're getting closer to you. Are they moving the party in the house?
They could be. It's Easter, bro. It's 13 kids out there. Listen, okay? It's 13 kids out there, and they all want to have fun.
They all followers of Jesus Christ. Look at them, yo. Shout out to that, man. All right.
Amen.
Amen.
Like GTA, except you're not the criminal, you're the cop. Specifically, you play a rookie cop in a corrupt 1980s city called Averno, a city that's massive, grimy, and very much alive. The game features a very realistic, living sandbox world. Streets are packed with civilians, there's gang territories, and a criminal underworld that you're trying to stop. And as an officer, you'll respond to real-time calls that come in at random, with some of them being scripted for the story. Calls range from everything from simple traffic violations to a robbery in progress and gang shootouts. But again, this game makes you feel like an officer, so while on foot, you'll have a bunch of tactical options where you can stop and search suspects or perform an investigation and then decide if it leads to arrest. But they might run, so be prepared to chase them down. While in your squad car, you can do things like set up roadblocks, chase a stolen vehicle through side streets, or perform pit maneuvers to spin out the car. There's also fully destructible environments. You can smash through a fence or crash into a gang hideout. The environment falls apart in real time. Now, I've been waiting for a realistic police simulation game, and we might just get it when the Precinct drops later this year.
All right.
And later this year, ladies and gentlemen, so because he didn't drop it, would be May the 13th. Next month, the Precinct should be out. Unless something goes crazy and they push it back again. But, yeah, this is top on my wish list.
My question is this something we talked about before? Because I feel like this is something we might have put on the show, but I've never heard it explained it in this way. Like this makes me really want to play it. This looks really exciting. It's GTA the other way around. So instead of Grand Theft Auto, is Grand Cop Ketchum or something like that. I don't
protect and serve.
I think AB might have covered it, but I'm really unsure because I've been following it for so long, so I'm not even sure.
Now, did you tell me about this? I think because you told me about.
I told you about it for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sloan,
has the Precinct. Yeah.
Right. Sloan, have you heard of this?
No, I have not. I would have put this on my Steam wish list if I did hear about it. I'm definitely gonna get this.
You need me to send you a link?
Absolutely.
I need 10% off on all orders, so I'll send everybody a drink.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
Kate, are you comfortable? Are you comfortable playing a cop, or you know what I'm saying? I know you aren't the biggest on law enforcement, so I didn't know whether or not you be.
Kate looks like a mark.
Man.
I can see Kate in a uniform right now. Listen, look.
I'm an MMA Maya. It's like a first responder.
I'm just joking. I'll let you got the floor. You can answer that. I'm joking.
Hey yo, it seemed cool. It seems like something I wouldn't drop like bread money on it, but you know, if it was out there, it's for cheap. I play it. You know,
I think it's like $39.99.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
like it seems kind of cool. I like what's that game? Not Grand Theft Auto. What's the other joint that's like it? The one that you like play with dildos and shit like that.
Saint Row.
You know what?
Yeah.
There we go. Saints Row. That's the shit I like.
Yeah.
Saint Row.
This is the third time she brought that game up.
It's a funny game.
It is a funny game.
I got the fourth one where you got sent to the Matrix. It's
not playing with the dildo, Jay. Just
not
the game itself is funny.
You would like it. It's highly customizable. It's like
It is.
Think Fast and Furious if it was written by the guy who made Family Guy.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay. Well, I'll have to look into that. But this just came out.
Hello, gamers. If you're like me and your vibe is a little bit comfy and a little bit chaotic, Long Vinter might be the game for you. Long Vinter is a survival game with a definite Animal Crossing aesthetic, and you can play PvP or PvE. You can also opt to play on the official public servers or play on an unofficial server that you run on your own machine or use third-party server hosting. I'm hosting a PvE server for my Twitch supporters, and I'm having a blast. But if your version of Comfy doesn't involve other people, you can even play alone. Tom Nook better watch out. Don't forget to like and follow for more comfy and chaotic content. Game on.
She sounded so relaxed in the way. Oh yeah.
It was really sus to me. But you know what? The game looked really cool.
I can see my sister playing this game. She likes that comfy stuff, and she likes shoot 'em up. So
I want
a combination.
Yeah, I want us to group play it. I think that would be lit.
That'd be good. That would be great.
All right, cool. Now that y'all down for it, I'm gonna hold y'all feet to the fire. So, it's only $19.99 to buy in the store. So, you know what I mean? Once you get it, you got it.
I'm trying to think. It reminds me of another game. Sloan, what other game? Is it like Brawl something?
Brawl.
There's another game that looked just like that. How the shooting was at the end, real animated. It was a free to play game.
Oh, and AB he showed it. I remember it. It was like some kind of prison escape game. It was like you're supposed to be escaping some kind of prison. I do remember. Wow.
That's way different.
But the Animal Crossing feature is definitely it made it look. It tied everything in good. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. It's time for some tinfoil moves.
Okay, class, put your tinfoil hats on. Is it real? No, seriously, is it?
Is it? They got tinfoil drawers on. You know, that's crazy.
It's true. This would change the entire official story of how history unfolded on Earth in the last 2,000 years, okay? So we have these giant doors. And you may be thinking, it's just to make it look more grand. I mean, these were all built during the Dark Ages, remember, too. All over the world, giant freaking doors, man. And then there's like mini little doors at the bottoms of them for human-sized people to walk through. You might see where I'm going with this. It gets a little bit sketchy, though. So giant doors, beautiful sacred geometry, ancient art. But then you get to some of these newspaper clippings from the 1800s. Prehistoric giant skeleton found. Arizona, prehistoric giant with very long arms found. Maryland, gigantic skeleton of a giant found. Alaska, they're finding freaking giants. All throughout the United States and the world. When they started excavating, building homes, developing cities, they're digging holes in the ground, and they're finding giant femur bones, skulls with double rows of teeth on the bottom of their freaking jaw and top. Like, I'm talking different face, different head, different being. And then the Smithsonian Institute comes along, scoops them up, says, we got to check to make sure they're authentic, and then they lose it. This has happened time and time again. There's documentaries on this that have been banned. Did a giant race of giants build some of these things, or build them, or did they get built for them? Let me know your thoughts.
Got a lot of big buildings with really big doors. Why we need really big doors, bro? On so many really old buildings. Come on, bro. Come on. You gotta think. There had to have been really big giants around back in the day. They needed doors to go through like everybody else.
I get it. It's 420. I understand.
I mean, the doors.
See what this is.
The whole doors prince. Oh, where is it? Sorry, Jay. Where is it?
Go ahead, Sloan.
I was like, the whole doors perspective is like, nah, that ain't really it. But me personally, yeah, giants did exist, but they were wiped out in the flood. They're called the Nephilim, but they were killed off because they kept started doing all kinds of horrendous crap.
So the flood got him.
Yeah, I mean
they couldn't just stand up or
no. That flood was specifically meant to wipe out 90% of life on Earth.
The Great Flood.
Yeah, Noah's Ark stuff. Yeah,
right. Okay, no, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Noah made the boat. Then it's 2 and 2 and 2, and then Giants 0. Got you. Nah, yeah,
they couldn't
fit 2 giants on the boat. Got you.
No.
Got you.
The doors were too small.
Makes sense. This tracks. This literally tracks.
I believe
No, it's like, you know what?
She's too small.
This tracks.
Oh God. That was great. Kay. That was
everybody. Great delivery.
Yes. Ooh. All right, let's you want to do your wrestling segment or you want me to do the news? Which way you want to go with
news?
All right, you asked for it, you got it. All right, so there is no way in the world, ladies and gentlemen, we could not start our show without getting to some news. So one of these things that came up on my timeline brought a really great question that I wanted to pose to my team. One question is, are we simps as nerds? And let me play the video that kind of brings some things into perspective. Let's go.
At the number 5 spot, we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. First of all, it was obvious that April O'Neil was a weirdo and she had a weird attraction to turtles. She with these dudes every day. Not near one of them tried to smash. It should have been a turtle bukkake. You know what I mean?
Ew.
At the number 4 spot, we got Brock and Ash Ketchum. And I don't want to hear nothing about them being kids. They was traveling all over the world by themselves with no adult supervision. Every single city they pull up in, Brock going gaga over every girl he see. Yet rolling all over the world with a shorty. They should have been running the train on Misty. Give me a break. At the number 3 spot, we got Wolverine. Every episode, Jean ain't want nothing to do with him. She was married to Cyclops. It was clearly sexual harassment. They should have kicked him out of the X-Men for that shit, man. At the number 2 spot, we got Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew was a whole savage. Whoever created this cartoon should be in jail because they shouldn't even been sending kids this message that it was okay to just grope and grab up a shorty that didn't even want you. Pepe Le Pew should be in jail. And at the number 1 spot, Popeye. If you really paid attention to this cartoon, Popeye was a side nigga. You ever notice that she was always with Bluto, fighting with Bluto, and then Popeye pulled up? If that was Popeye, girl, why she with Bluto? Because Bluto was her abusive husband, and Popeye was the side dude. Every episode, Popeye fighting over some pussy that wasn't even his. Popeye, the number 1 spot.
Yo, this whole thing, he blew my mind, bro. He blew my mind because I'm thinking to myself, number 1, this is wild. What he's saying is wild. But if you expand it out, pull back your gaze and just look at the entire culture. And I was like, man, nerds have always been depicted as simps, man. Dudes that just see a girl, go crazy, give them all your money, do whatever they say. You're chasing them around town. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nerds you talk about. Ain't not one of them nerds was cool. But in real life, I wasn't like that. I wasn't like that at all. Of course, everybody loves a nice young lady. You know what I'm saying? You meet some nice things. You take them out, do some stuff. Well, I ain't about to give you all my lunch money. What's wrong with you? I ain't about to give you none of my lunch money. But
I grew up loving villains, so it's really like I get what he's saying. And I had a bunch of friends. Friends that was into the same cool things, and some that were just completely nerds and completely stayed away from the streets. And yeah, when I think back on how they operated with some of the girlfriends that we had in our circles. they most definitely went a little hard on their wallets to prove a point. And,
wallets, or right.
Yeah, they definitely went a little hard on their wallets to prove a point here and there.
Okay,
Popeye joint is wild though. The Popeye,
yeah, Popeye, that was massive disrespect. I'm
disappointed.
I did not see that coming. That was super crazy.
I had a lot of ammunition when you told me about the segment, but after seeing Popeye, I just want to shut up and go in the corner. That's my guy.
David the Goliath said humans are naturally made to be simps from the very beginning with Adam and Eve.
Thank you.
Ooh, man.
I mean, yeah.
I like that.
He threw the prosperity of humanity away for a woman. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right. So, Kate, how are you feeling?
I mean, it's definitely a perspective. You know what I mean? Like I said, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one that threw me off, and then the Popeyes.
That's canon,
I was
technically.
thinking about Popeyes today. I was at the grocery store and I saw a little can of spinach and had Popeyes on it. Who would have thought we was going to talk about that nigga today?
So, in your experience, have you had more nerdy dudes come off more simpish around you?
No, I don't think so. The thing is, I think I like more nerdy guys, but I don't think nerdy guys necessarily go towards me. Why you make that face? You're muted.
I caught that.
You're muted.
All right, Sloan. All right, we're going. Not too much on Kate. Ain't nobody. We didn't say not one thing. We chilling.
We just said cap. That's all.
Sloan, go ahead, yo. You got yours. This yours.
TMNT, that was actually proved canon in 2012. Remember with that April O'Neil? She eventually started being Donnie's girlfriend. So, I mean, honestly, usual suspect. That's all I'm gonna say. Because all I'm saying is, if you go online talking about the people who like drawn humanoid animals, they don't have nearly as much melanin as we do. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you saying that white people like bestiality? Is that what you're saying? All right, let me
numbers.
Numbers. I don't even know how we got here. He went way left.
Don't do them like that. Don't do that man like that. There's proof out here. We all know. Kate like, this tea is sure good.
Oh my goodness, yo! I ain't never see this coming, bro. She said, Kate said, nerdy guys just don't go for me. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, the only thing I can tell y'all is, if you are single and you are ready to mingle and you're a nerd, shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Quick question, Kate. Quick question.
Wrong.
Okay. My question is it, when you mean nerdy, do you mean Michael B. Jordan and Henry Cavill, or do you mean nerdy as in Donald Glover before This Is America?
Turn me Chinese, please.
Like the type of guy, that nerdy guy that I'm into. Why do you keep on going in and out? The type of nerdy guy that I'm into.
Yeah, because you said nerdy guys aren't into you. So I'm saying, is it the Henry Cavills or the Donald Glovers? Which one are you saying isn't into you?
I think I'm more so like the Donald Glovers. I feel like that would be the type of guy I would be more so into.
This is
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as like as far as the type of guys, I feel like, I don't know, because I also live in Baltimore. You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's Baltimore niggas that are coming towards me type shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Dudes at the gas station.
Rofo and shit.
Yo, she's stupid. He said
dummies be seeing me at the market and whatnot.
Oh, I like this one. This is a good question. Hold on. Yo, David DeGlass says, since we're talking about Simps, who's your crush, cartoon or real life? Yo, that's a good question. All right. Jessica Rabbit.
That's a good
one. Storm from Marvel Comics. Rogue from Marvel Comics. Who else? Any one of the Dora Milaje from Wakanda? I'll take any one of them. You know, I'll take all of them. That's cool. We can actually do a nice little Islamic kind of like marry all 100 of them. I'm with all of that. I'm with that. We can do that. All right. So, Fame, did you have
Solomon?
Yeah, facts. You got one, Fame? No cartoon or movie or fictional or real life crushes?
Nah. Not that I didn't think I could pull something.
You suck. Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Sloan, where you at with it?
Real life, I'm not going to tell you that because if I do tell you, you won't see it again. As for fictional, Magic from the X-Men.
Okay. All right, Kate. We don't want real life. We want fictional.
Just shut her down. Don't tell me your real life. Don't tell me your real life. Tell me you're fictional.
Fame is making it worse than what it is, yo. I was just trying to protect everybody. I just was like, yo, I shut up, man.
Protect my feelings, Kate. All right, fictional. Now I'm gonna have to think of one.
I like Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. That's my nigga.
My sister does too. She like if you're homicidal, 6'4" and is evil, she digs it.
That's what I like. That shit's hot.
Technically, I guess I do.
Go ahead. Wait.
There we go.
Go ahead, Fame.
Nia Jax, WWE. I forgot. I didn't have a current crush. Yeah.
All right, Sloan.
Real life or characters?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, well, I completely forgot because I was just trying to point out. So, Kate, there's one series I know you'd like. It's called Ordeal. Dozens upon dozens of homicidal 6-foot muscular guys. Don't worry. No. You guys will like it too. It's got plenty. It's got a cool power system. No, it's not that kind of story, Jay.
So I don't have no control.
It's not that kind of story.
Can I get the name again?
Ordeal on Webtoon. OD. You can just look it up on Google too.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing it right
Main
now.
character.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
I'm saying also a lot of the female characters in the series are built like WWE stars. So, Fame, do with that what you will.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Let's move on.
A new immersive Star Trek experience is coming to FanFest Nights, a new After Dark event at Universal Studios Hollywood, and we got a sneak peek. The story is that we've been invited to the Starfleet Museum to tour the Enterprise D. And of course, while we're on there, there's something that's going to go wrong, and the ship goes into red alert. It's basically like Halloween Horror Nights, but instead of going through in a Congo line, we're going to be pulsed through it in big groups, and in each room, we're going to experience a new action scene. We'll be able to navigate through the iconic swoosh doors, through the classic corridors of the ship. We'll find ourselves all over the ship, including the sick bay, the engineering room with a destabilizing warp core, and don't worry, the turbo lifts have been expanded to fit the tour groups. There's a lot of cool lighting integration in these sets, which have been reconstructed based on the reference materials and blueprints from the films. The final scene will take us into the bridge of Enterprise D. This is not a recreation. This is the actual film-used version built for the Picard series. It'll be cool to be in here while the action is going down. This experience involves a cast of 10 performers, some of which will be in full alien prosthetics and makeup. FanFest Nights begins April 25th and will run selected nights through May. We'll see you there.
All right, what are y'all thinking? What are you thinking?
My friend would love that. She's a big Star Trek fan.
I'm a big Star Trek fan. I would like it. So I'm just letting you guys know if y'all wanted to do a surprise trip somewhere. You know, all right. Fame, where you at with it?
It started off shaky for me, but as it continued and then it cleaned itself up, yeah, definitely. If it just had me really fast, it was like, oh yeah. They got invited to take a tour on a D, and they was gonna be pulsing through it. I was like,
oh my
wow.
God.
But as soon as it cleaned itself up, I was like, oh yeah. All right, this is nice. I like this.
You're a nasty man, man. You a nasty man. You're a nasty, inappropriate man. So anyway, I'm gonna put you back on mute. This is disgusting. All right, it's time to get to the next segment.
AI can create any game you like in seconds for free using a single prompt. Let me show you how. Just go to this website, type your own prompt, or choose a pre-generated one. This time I'll start with a blank game from scratch. Now you can customize it with a single prompt. For example, make a character look like a detective and check this out. Next, let's add a gun and a jetpack to the character, and it's done. You can also change the background, add enemies and objects, or even create a car you can drive. It works on your phone or PC. If you want to try it out for free, just comment yes, and I'll send you a link.
All right, so it's called Astro Code. So let me get y'all the website. I'm gonna take this thing all the way back to the beginning because it flashed through it quick because they be wanting you to send them stuff. Oh, you know, send it to my yama. So pretty much I saw the thing. How do y'all feel about it?
I think it's interesting. I feel like for those, like for people in early in like game design development, it could be like a good like launching point.
Mm-hmm.
My question always comes down to, is this exportable? Meaning that if I develop the game, can I export the code and then host it somewhere else? So like it's cool to be able to like, you know, put some text in and create a game out of nowhere. But if I can't do anything with it, it's kind of, you know,
it's kind of like stationed there only.
Right.
Really interesting. It sounded a lot more interesting when you told me about it earlier. After saying it, I'm like, oh, okay, because it seemed like it was just side scrolling and set on auto. I didn't really see options for, but until I get my hands on it, I don't know. I'm super interested.
Yeah, me too. Kate, how you feel about it?
It seems cool. Not something I'm like particularly interested in at this moment though, but something I'll probably think about later.
Okay.
So I see race car challenge, knock, love meter, fortune teller. Okay, don't fall. So it's not auto. If it's okay, cool. Yeah, it's not auto movement.
Sloan, how you feeling? Go ahead.
Well, he said beginners. That'd be good for beginners. So.
Yeah, I think maybe it'll be like a good launching point for people who just want to basically see. Like I said, it's like just for a launching point for people who want to do game design or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel yeah, basically.
Okay. All right, real quick. Who has seen the trailer for Fantastic Four and who hasn't seen the trailer? Because I don't want to play the trailer because Fame doesn't like watching trailers.
I can take my headphones off and close my eyes.
I don't want to. No, I mean I don't want to really play the whole trailer. I think there are some elements that are worth talking about and some that aren't worth talking about. Obviously, the whole switcheroo of putting them in the past, that's a really cool idea. Not something I was heavily interested in. You know, it being universe. I ain't really tripping off of that.
Right.
But like, I'm skipping all of this stuff that I really don't care about. and getting to the things that are most important, which is Galacticus. We are now looking at Marvel's film division has finally released a multi-film, not easily beaten bad guy. This is somebody that is going to take a whole bunch of people to get involved to make it work. Now, if they do spend all of this time developing this movie and they kill him in this film, I'm not going to be happy in the slightest. However, I definitely look at this as a great start to, the next phase of, Marvel's development, where we can start bringing in all of the other characters that have been, disenfranchised. We can start bringing everything together. You get more multi-film activity where it makes sense more than just being like, oh, somebody's cousin, and in another movie they mention something, but you don't ever see anything. Like, this is definitely, there's going to be multiple film action. Sorry, Fame. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be, I just think this is beautiful. Bringing in Silver Surfer is beautiful. I'm not saying that I'm tripping on her, it being him or it being a girl. I was just like, all right, that's a cool change. You got to do things different every now and then. Let's get it cracking. That's what's up. I'm just excited because it looks like we are finally getting. I'm having whack bad guy fatigue, where all of these films we keep watching are these one and done bad guys, or the bad guys that have the potential to being like super powerful, and then we flop it, or something's going on and it flops. It's like we finally are phasing into something great, something to really be scared about, something to really be excited about. This brought me all the way back, and I think Thunderbolts is probably going to be, in my opinion, probably going to be the best Marvel film this year. Thunderbolts is probably going to be the best because it's going to have the most heart. It's going to have the best personalities. It has, and they are not so popular that the public is going to have really big expectations. They're going to kind of go along for the ride, and that leaves them the freedom to where they can stretch out and make a bunch of stuff happen. These are just my opinions. Sloan, I don't even remember you. I don't know if you've had a conversation about Fantastic Four on your Instagram, but I would definitely love to hear your opinions right now.
They should have waited after, really and truly, what they should have did with this property, with the Fantastic Four, was just wait until after Secret Wars to introduce the IPs they're now getting, because this isn't a good idea. I don't really like the idea, because it feels like they're just throwing a bunch of random stuff just to get people back. It's like, oh look, old IP that was from your childhood, now we're bringing that back. Oh look, Galactus. Oh look, it's like, okay, cool. What about the multiverse collapsing? It's like, I get it, Mr. Fantastic. He did discover the negative zone or whatever, which I feel like shouldn't have his own dedicated movie. I feel like he should be more of an element introduced between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. So like maybe he's like part of the way they piece it back together or something, rather than, oh yeah, let's just make this a Fantastic Four movie right on the beginning of the end of this saga. This saga in general hasn't been that good, because there was been nowhere near as good as a lead up, first off. And the whole thing with Silver Surfer, it's like we've waited ever since the 90s to see Stan Lee's Silver Surfer, the masterpiece that is Stan Lee's Silver Surfer. We haven't seen that ever on the big screen. I dare say he is Marvel's most beautiful character, because he put so much blood, sweat, and tears into that character. For the longest, he didn't want anybody else writing it but him. So that character with that kind of detail, you just don't say, okay, let's throw that to the side. Random comic book thing that existed way back when for a couple of issues. Let's use that. And it's like there's a bunch of other stuff you could have used the multiverse and the source material to introduce that you have behind introduced, or actually did introduce and you're doing nothing with it, like Robbie Reyes. He could have been. The last thing we saw him do in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was take away the Darkhold. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
We could have brought him in the MCU during Multiverse of Madness, because that was a movie traveling across dimensions dealing with the Darkhold. Robbie could have been hunting Agatha and then Scarlet Witch to get the Darkhold back, but no. As a matter of fact, I got a Latino content creator buddy of mine. I follow multiple, but like one of them, he's got an inside source that says that there is like a deliberate like blocking of Latino representation in the MCU.
That's crazy. Damn you, Donald Trump. All right. Kate, did you see the trailer? You're welcome.
No, I don't watch trailers. But you know, I've been saying that.
I know. I keep forgetting that side of the team is be on some weirdo shit. Okay, I got you. No problem.
But no, it's kind of cool that they're bringing it back. I kind of forgot about Fantastic Four until I saw the Wolverine and Deadpool joint. So it's kind of cool that, you know, they're bringing that shit back.
Fact. All right.
Yeah, I listened, kept my eyes closed. It's Fantastic Four. It's really up in the air at all times. We've all seen Fantastic Four done, and it's tough. It's rough. Even when we agree that, okay, that was good, the measuring stick for it is compared to the comic books has never been great. So I'm just excited that it looks like the storyline. I'm not excited about Fantastic Four. Let me stop there. I'm just excited that it's a part of the new Marvel universe, and I know the writers behind it. I can trust that they're going to deliver something more than just this. So I'm excited to see where we're going from here.
Okay, cool. I'm definitely agree and appreciate. Now I'm just looking at the time, and I'm like, bruh, we got to move on. So let's
I got 15 minutes, and I got to make a hard out to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna let you go now. Give us the WrestleMania recap from yesterday. Oops, sorry. So yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Listen, for those that was in the building,
oops,
and for those of us who weren't in the building, I won't say no names, Kate, but it was great. It was dope. It was good just to not WrestleMania, of course, but just to be in the building with you guys. So come back on screen, Jay. So thank you, bro, for at least on WrestleMania at your house. When the pivot, when it couldn't be done here because the kids are just gonna go crazy. So thanks for inviting me to the space.
No problem.
It was dope to be around y'all and trying to, give y'all. I felt like I was a commentator. I felt like Michael Cole and Jim Ross at some points in the night. All right, so thank you, bro. Thank you.
You were definitely commentating.
I was on one last night.
You know what I'm saying?
I had a great time.
We had a nice bottle of Hennessy, strawberry lemonade. You know what I'm saying? Jalen brought her custom. You know what I mean? Like A1 dishes, you know what I mean? Fame brought some chicken wings. And I had cups and spoons, so that was the only thing I brought to the table. So shout out to y'all for that. So
the Henny and the blueberry lemonade.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was a nice mix. I know I had at least 8 cups. I was go ahead.
I'm gonna be really quick with this. I did want to take my time and teeter around with where you could drop into the comments. We have a conversation about it in the joints. So let me get the first one up on the screen real fast. Jay versus Gunther. Jey Uso versus Gunther. For me, bro, that was a 3-star match out of 5. I was really hard. I was going to do like 1 out of 10 for you guys, but I feel like since WWE 2K25 is on the streets right now, you can get up to we do the star system on matches. I was like, let me just be nice and do this. So 3 stars for them. They had good spots. Jay and Gunther was going backwards and forwards. They hit the right moves. They actually, the crowd reaction. A lot of people on YouTube today, man, and you was watching it, they were saying the crowd was whack. The seats cost too much, so the crowd that was actually paying to be there, they were rich people, they were top tier middle class citizens, and I get that. It did feel like that compared to a Raw show or a SmackDown show. But the crowd interaction most definitely in the front, where we pointed out Shorty with the everybody gonna know the pink coat with the blonde hair and the glasses. She didn't do too much, but there was another lady that had pink on that was ringside as well. The crowd reactions were great on big moves. They didn't cheer for all of the little small moves. When Gunther was taunting, all heels throughout the night. This is going to be a recurring thing. All of the heels throughout the night, they got exactly what they wanted out the crowd. As soon as they looked at the audience just booed them. They cheered the other person's name. They knew how to give it. So with this one, a 3 out of 5. I thought the finish was good. I know what I said last night. I had to rewatch it again this morning. Jey Uso, that was a good finish. We don't want him to win, but we want him to win. You want Gunther to retain and become the champion that we know he is compared to, we know Jay can't cut promos. But after 2 super kicks, a spear, and then 3 Uso splashes from the top rope, leading, and this is all consecutive, guys, leading into a chokehold to end this guy's title reign, you can't complain. So on to the next match. That's my 3-star match for them. Next, we had New Day and the War Raiders. Whew. I wake up some days and I thank God for the New Day. I don't consider them the Boo Day, okay? All right? I thank God for the New Day. Unfortunately, this was a 2.5-star match for me. This should have been taking place on Raw or SmackDown. This is not a WrestleMania match. I wanted to see Dawkins and Ford up against that's just how it should go. That would have been a WrestleMania feel. This was a really weak, slow match. It just didn't do. Good spots. The end was funny, of course. New Day is always funny. Grabbing the titles at the end and then hauling ass up to the top because they know they just got away with the gold. It's classic WWE, but just stuff we see on Raw every day. So moving on, 2.5. And I got my notes here as I go through. Naomi and Jade. I was so disappointed. What you say, Jay?
Yo, it wasn't all that, bro. It wasn't all that. And you know what? And I wasn't even trying to say this to be disrespectful to them. I just felt like I personally felt like I knew what was going to happen before it happened. You know what I'm saying? The girls look great. Like, their costumes were phenomenal. Yes, you know what I mean? It's just they got straight to business, and you know me, I was complaining because I was like, it wasn't enough trash talk for me. It wasn't enough. I don't feel like they spent so much time walking to the ring, but they didn't spend any time, hyping and getting the crowd on their side, and you know what I'm saying. Just kind of like they got there, they mean mugged each other, and then they started wrestling. And then Fame bragged so much about how the girls were gonna do such an exceptional job wrestling. And then
no. To be fair, Stand and Deliver, I told you, was a few hours ago. And the ladies on Stand and Deliver, I love you. Jada Parker, Stephanie, Gail, y'all did a wonderful stand. They came through. The talent coming up, they Stand and Deliver was damn near perfect. I didn't know if I could give it to WrestleMania over it, but you got to, because of course we got these guys in the main event. So with Naomi and Jay, only thing I was saying, Jay, is that when my girl Jay walked out to the ring, he was like, she got too many muscles for me. Man, Jade is gorgeous, bro. But the match itself was riddled with bad botches. There was bad spots. They were slow on all their moves. And they made it to the top 10. They're on top card now. So it's really weird to see that they didn't connect the way they were supposed to connect. The finish was good, but the rest of the match, And then, yes, we're about to get straight into LA Knight and Jacob for 2. So, yeah, buddy. Yeah. This, I know how you feel about it too, Jay, because I think you said you didn't like this one, did you?
I didn't dislike it. I thought this was better than the first, 2.
Yeah.
The first 3. It was better than the first 3. This is how I really felt like there was a real buildup. You know what I'm saying? It's like this one got better. The one after that was better than that one. And then by the time we got to the headline, I think they killed it. But go ahead.
When I originally scored it, I gave it a 4 stars. Because in my mind, not just in my mind last night, I knew that was probably the dopest. As I was telling you, I really wish LA Knight would find his own identity and become he is who he is, but he's also a ripoff of all of my favorite guys as well. I can't knock it. It's just that when he gets to cutting his promos, it just reminds me of the past years. It don't give me him. Jacob Fatu cut a promo? Oh, that's Jacob. You know, it's really weird. I wanted LA Knight to retain. I think he's a bigger superstar, but he can't be that guy until he is that guy. So moving right on. They had 12 sponsors on the ring during this match.
They did. They sponsored the hell out of this.
The hell out of my soul. The match itself was great. I don't know how they did LA Knight fighting and Jacob as well 2 nights in a row. I'm really upset with the booking of how they had these two guys going out there and put their bodies on a line. Super hard the way they did. They had great spots, great crowd reaction throughout the whole night. That moon, when Jacob went for the moonsault and LA Knight caught him with the BFT, it was fire. It was perfect. It was a great way to end, but of course, he wasn't getting the belt. So after he did that, the crowd was on their feet for the rest of that match. This is the only match of the night where the crowd was literally on their feet after he did a special for the rest of the night. So I give it a 3.5 only because I got to give the main event a 4. I'll move really quick because we got 3 minutes. The Rey Fenix versus El Grande Americano. Yeah, this is. I love Chad Gable, bro.
That was a great match, but it was it was hokey. But I love the fact that this was their official entrance of bringing that different style of wrestling into WWE. I thought that was a beautiful idea.
I cannot think of the name. It's called World something. If in the comments, if y'all could drop it for me just so I can remember. But I know it's called World something. It's already a luchador. Like, it's not new. It's WWE is adding it to their impressive as resume. Yep. But this was dope. There was a luchador match. The crowd was cool. Phoenix was cool. It sucks that Rey Mysterio couldn't be there. It's weird that they gave Phoenix a spot instead of Dragon Lee, but you can't knock it. Or the other guy, you guys know who I'm talking about. But the 2 new luchadors in the league, they could have gave it to him, but Penta. AA, thank you, bro. They could have gave it to Penta, but they gave it to Phoenix, and he's the newest coming in. So maybe that was Triple H plan all along. They botched a few, but they recovered smartly. I'm a fan of Phoenix's Goodbye Amigo when he ran across the top rope. Chad did a great job. He did a 450 backsplash last night that should be online heavy right now. It better be. I'm not sure if it is, but it should be online as one of the dopest moves that happened last night. All right, so 3.5 for that. Tiffany and my queen Charlotte. I don't have no time for this bullshit. A 2.5, and Charlotte should have got the belt. I'll move it from on there. It was bad. Main event, 4 out of 5. We got 1 minute. It's the main event, guys. CM Punk had a dope coming out. The fire was dope. The lights cut off. He came out with the little Jesus angel joint. Dope. It should have been more than what it was, but it kind of fell flat because Roman came out his long segment. I know you don't like long entrances, Jay. The cards coming from the ceiling was super dope with all of the old members of the bloodline and everybody in his family that pushes wrestling forward. Nice touch. CM Punk's intro before he came out to show how he started in the WWE and what his dream was, and then to actually be in the main event. That was a nice touch. They didn't have to do that. That was I'm super grateful that they did that for him at that moment. The visionary, the tribal chief, and the best in the world. It's 7 o'clock. I need to go. Paul Heyman, bro, that was crazy, bro. You know what you did? It was wild. CM Punk as the new Heyman guy is icky, but here we go. 4 out of 5, and that's my WrestleMania review. That's what's up.
All right, we're gonna go right into Sloan's, and then we're gonna be right back, and we're gonna shut it down. Keep playing the wrong one. I need to delete that thing.
Yo, I'm coming on strong like I'm bursting through the page. Got that comic vibe, heroes rise, I'm ready to engage. Thoughts are heavy, but my mind's a canvas painted bold with the rhythm in my soul. Watch the story unfold, fighting battles with my words like I'm spinning.
Much better.
So today's comic book of the week is Shadow Cabinet. This is part of Milestone's relaunched series because Milestone came from the 90s and they have a lot of old titles they're basically remastering, and one of them is the Shadow Cabinet. So basically, to think of the Shadow Cabinet as kind of like the Justice League of Milestone universe, but like many of Milestone characters, while there are stand-ins for a lot of popular white characters, they still make it original enough to where it's like you can just barely call it that. Because what the Shadow Cabinet basically does is they follow this one guy, I forgot his name, but he can see into the future. And what they do is they basically protect the world from cataclysmic events and all that. And sometimes it's like questionable how they go about it. Like even in the most recent issue, I'm not going to spoil it, but while the intentions seem good, I mean, not the intentions seem good, the intentions are good, the way they may carry it out, it may be kind of iffy. Definitely a good read, and it sets itself distinctly away from like the Justice League and like the stereotypical we're the good guy superhero team kind of thing. So like anything Milestone related, I say pick it up because this is Milestone we're talking about. They made leaps and bounds. A lot of minorities in the comic book space wouldn't have even been here if it wasn't for Milestone Media. Case in point, Shadow Cabinet. They introduced minorities in here, and like minorities that would never be seen in and during the 90s kind of thing. So I recommend you pick that up. It does take place after Hardware versus Icon. So if you want to know all the details, I recommend reading Hardware versus Icon to get all the details. But great read overall.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, so it's time for us to get up out of here. So, Kate, man, give us your shout outs. Oh, I'm sorry, Fame.
Yeah. Hey, Sloan, can you put that in my the comic book list you made for me? Because I definitely want to check out Shadow Cabinet. I love Milestone.
All right.
Oh yeah, and shout out to Sloan for creating individualized lists of comic books for each and every minute of the Black Nerd Podcast. Sir, that was some next level. Yeah, for real. Super appreciate it.
Reading Black Sun like earlier today before I started cleaning and shit. So for sure.
How'd you enjoy it?
So far, so good. It's got my attention.
Okay. My job is done.
All right, Kate. Let's get those shout outs going.
All right. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to us. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Happy Easter. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, happy Wrestlemania weekend and whatnot.
That is a big fact. Yes. Thank you. All right. Sloan, shout outs.
Shout out to y'all guys for having me on this podcast. Shout out to my boy Starlight Comics for being along the journey. Shout out to David the Goliath for being a consistent viewer on here. Shout out to y'all guys as well.
Shout out. Yeah, facts. All right, Fame, let's go.
Shout out to Sweet Baby Jesus first and foremost, and then shout out to Jay Uso for bringing that belt over to the Bloodline. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And then shout out to Logan Paul for getting this win tonight. Can't wait to finish this. WrestleMania is starting right now. Shout out to David for always coming through. I can't wait to actually talk wrestling with you. I'm gonna figure something out besides anime, how I can work wrestling, and even if it's some separate stuff. But yeah, shout out to everybody tuned in all the time. Love you guys.
That's a fact. All right. So you know what I mean? It is Easter Sunday. So don't forget, to watch this right now. It's on stream. Passion of the Christ 2, The Revenge. This time it's personal. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the whole squad. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you to David the Goliath and everybody that tuned in and rocked with us for the whole show. Shout out to Remy that came in earlier tonight. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, I forgot that, yo. Love you, Rem.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the whole family, man. And you, Sloan and Kate. And I'm happy that you're doing well, Kate. Goodness gracious. I had to scare this morning. I was like, man, I ain't heard from her. She normally will text a nigga back or something. So I was about to have to like pull a police report out or something. But it's nice to know that you're safe. Shout out.
Yeah, hey, look, that's how people act when they get new pussy cats.
With that being said, man, that was a great show, man. We're gonna check y'all next time, man. This is Black Nerd Podcast.
Here comes them black nerds. Sloan's on with big words. K-Slab makes us all smile. Jay's little stones every single time. Fame's kinda like a mastermind. While Jay is one shows up every single time. Yeah. Powers unite, go to bring the fight. Cases is Black Nerd Podcast winning all the fights.